Welcome to Back in Shape with T. I'm Tarashe, and today we're going over my abdominal routine with a little bit of spice. I am not the type of person who loves to do crunches all the time. I get a lot of my core work when I use stability balls. You will very rarely see me doing things like hanging leg raises or a ton of sit-ups. I know I need to do them, but I don't do them as often as I like. And the one way that forces me to do them is when I add a little spice to it. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you how I add a little bit of body shaping and toning to my ab routine. The first exercise is going to be a leg lift. Okay, so the legs are as straight as possible while I do a chest press from the floor with the 20-pound dumbbells. I'm lifting the legs up as I push my arms up. It's up and down and down. I'm concentrating more on lowering my legs very slowly and bringing them up with deliberate speed. That means slow and controlled. I am focused more on the abdominals than I am focused on the chest press with this one. Because this is not a lot of weight, I'm going to go ahead and do another 10 repetitions on the chest press just to get a little bit of a pump. But remember, when I combine these two exercises, I'm really intently focused on keeping my structure nice and tight and firm while I slowly lift my legs up and down. And I'll go for a little extra core burn. I crunch my chest up so my shoulders and upper back are off the floor. And I do a little bit more dynamic speed this time. A little bit less control with more speed here. The next exercise I'm going into is one of my favorite. I'm going to do a lat pullover, which I rarely do, to a bridge. Now the bridge is going to be my lower back, hamstrings, and glutes while I work my intercostal muscles, my latissimus dorsi, and a little bit of my pecs doing a pullover. So it's a pretty interesting exercise, the pullover. Again, I'm not focused on the upper body as much as I'm focused on what I'm doing with my lower body and core. So I'm being very slow and controlled and focused and putting all of my attention into the bridges. While I control the weight, I'm focused mostly on the core portion of this. Going right away into my pec fly reverse crunch. Again, this spices up for me. I very rarely do reverse crunches. So as I bring my legs up, I'm pulling my knees in toward my chest, rolling my hips up, and touching my heels back down to the mat. Everything goes up together, upper body up, lower body up, down and down. Focused on the rolling of my hips up so I can get a 30-degree flexion within the spine, the lumbar spine, and coming down with control and softly touching my heels to the mat. So I'm putting all the intention into focused on my abdominals, less focus on the upper body here. You really have to control these movements. You gotta be careful, because if you're not careful, you will hurt yourself. So focus on going slow and control when you're doing two things at once. Here, I'm only gonna do a tricep extension. I like to do heavy tricep extensions every once in a while with the 45-pound dumbbells, the 40-pound dumbbells. Because I'm focused mostly on the triceps here, I do not want to do a lower body exercise with this. This is too heavy for me to do the crunches with it. So I need to focus on one thing, so I'm putting all my intention into focus on the triceps. So I'll finish off my abdominal routine with regular double crunches, 25 reps here. I'll do this routine between 2 and 5 times, meaning 2 and 5 sets in this entire round robin. It should take about 15 minutes.